Okay.
Back on, part 2.
Okay. I'll
Unfortunately, you
resume.
need to start again because I don't think there's any way to go back on air from the same.
Okay, d'accord. You know what we are going to do? We are going to resume without. So the first question was, where is it? It's here. The first question was, analyze the likely impact of globalization on HH. And we said
that, so you define globalization, which is the spreading of your company into other countries.
Exactly.
Not between countries, but between industries.
Exactly.
So you're exporting your good.
Or producing them.
So selling within different countries in the same company. And the reasons why that might impact HH were that they'd come face to face with competition, so they'd have to rethink about how they were going to price themselves, what the quality would need to be on their product. And then also the other reason was
recruit easier.
Yeah, it could be cheaper and easier to recruit within that country.
And the most important one that I said,
economies of scale.
Exactly, economy of scales. Okay, and now refer to appendix and calculate for location-wide the break-even. So we said the break-even is?
Break-even's the point where you're in a balance, so you'd make neither a profit or a loss. Costs are equal to revenue, and you work it out by having a fixed cost over top of your contribution per unit, which is your selling price per unit minus the variable cost per unit.
Exactly. Can we write it on the okay, shall we write it?
Oopsie.
Okay, the eraser is this one, and we are going to erase it. So we said that break even equal fixed cost by contribution. Okay, so contribution is price
per unit.
Per unit? No, it's price per unit.
Minus.
Per unit minus variable cost.
Yeah.
Okay, so in here we have fixed cost.
So fixed cost of
69,000. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 69,000 by $70. Okay, minus $40. Okay, and you can find those results in the table, and that is 2,300. It means that starting from renting 2,300 room, they are going to make a profit, and the rest they are going to lose. Okay, perfect. And the third question, the monthly profit and maximum capacity. The monthly profit is?
The monthly profit is, so you work this out by taking your total revenue at maximum capacity minus your total costs at maximum capacity. You work out total cost at maximum capacity.
Let's write that. It's maximum customer by the price, okay, minus the maximum customers, max customers by variable cost plus fixed cost. Okay, it's quite bad, but it's fine. So we have 5,000, okay, by $70 between brackets minus 5,000. Oh no, this is okay. This is a bracket and then not okay. Minus 5,000 per $40 minus 69,000. Okay, equal $91,000. Okay, now margin of safety. Margin of safety is, can you define it
So
again?
margin of safety is the difference between your break-even point and the expected.
Exactly, the maximum. It's not the maximum, but the maximum expected. Okay, and the maximum expected in our table is 4,500. Okay, so we have what we need in here. So 4,500 expected minus the break even 2,300 equal 2,200. Okay, a mistake again. Okay, so it's 2,200. Okay, it means that if we divide 2,000 this in term, this compared to this is, okay, 48.9%. Okay, so you have a margin of safety of 48.9. It's quite good, actually, almost 50%. Okay, so now we can go ahead. This is what you missed before, and then refer to the result from 2A and the appendix and other information recommended to HH director, whether to choose location X or Y. What do you think? Shall we go back to the table?
Yeah, that's useful.
Okay. Location X and location Y.
Yeah. So I started off my answer with.
Oh, let's fill this table. The break even here, how much we defined for the break even?
2,300.
Oh my goodness. 2,300. Okay. And the monthly profit of maximum capacity?
81,000.
Exactly. 81,000. Now we have all the answers and we can compare.
Yes.
It's your turn, my love. Go ahead.
So I started off my answer with sort of briefly summarizing the choices that they had. So between location X and location Y, not going into too much detail. Then my first part of my answer was if they followed through with location X. So I said that I listed some of the benefits, so that the startup capital cost was 300,000 and it only takes 6 months for it to be ready for opening. And then I also calculated.
You don't read. I don't want you to read. Okay. I just want you to look at the table and analyze the table and make new ideas, forgetting everything.
Okay, forget everything around.
Bravo. Okay. Come closer.
So I said about working out the payback period that it will take them to pay it back. So I know that it will take them 6 months to get the place ready until they open it. When they have the place, they are still going to have to pay fixed costs on that place. So if you take the monthly fixed cost of 30,000, multiply that by 6, which is, oh gosh.
Okay, so we are putting in yellow, okay, oops, what is fixed cost, okay? Let's do it. Yellow fixed cost. So, no, monthly fixed cost is this one, okay, and this one here, okay? We are going to consider this, okay? Estimated average price, monthly capacity, 4,000 and 5,000. Monthly expected, okay, that's interesting as well. What else? Of course, 50,000 and oh, I can't do it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this is really important for us. Oh yeah, but we have, okay, it's yours now. How can you analyze it?
So, yeah, so you work out the total actual cost of renovating and getting the place ready, which works out to be 480,000. I think because you take the 30,000, multiply that by 6, which is 18,000. And then you add
Explain
that
that to me.
So the way I did it was, so you know their monthly fixed cost is going to be 30,000, and it's going to take them 6 months to get the place ready. So you times 30,000 by 6, and it gives you 180. Sorry, I said it wrong. 180,000. And then you add that to the capital costs, which will give you 480,000.
You mean that you want to transform this into years, 12 months and 12 months and compare?
No, because so the way I did, so for this one I only multiplied this by 6.
Okay.
But then with this one I did the same thing, and I multiplied 69 by 12 in the location. Why?
Why by 6?
Because it takes 6 months
Okay.
to open.
6 months, but this is a fixed cost.
Yes.
Okay.
So they're still going to incur those costs even when they're adapting the building.
Yes. The fixed cost is £30,000 dollars. They are not going over. It's a fixed cost.
Yes.
Okay. This is the fixed cost to refurbish and to fix this hotel. And it's right. It will take them 6 months, but for this 6 months, it will take them $30,000, not $30,000 each month. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. This is a fixed cost. Oh, wait, monthly fixed cost. Sorry, you are right. Okay. This is let's write it here. So in here is 30,000 by 6, and the other one is 69 by 12. Okay, monthly. You're right. Sorry, I haven't seen monthly. Okay, so 30, 6 fois 3, 18. Here, that would be, let's write that. I hope that I can hear. 30 fois 6 fois 3, 18. It's 180. Okay, and here
it's
69. We have a calculator. Ok. Alors, 69 multiplié par 12 égale 828, almost $1 million. Alors, here, 828. Okay, investment, fixed investment. And then
I added those figures to the capital cost of adapting the buildings. So for location X, I got a figure of 480,000. And then for location Y, I got 1,328,000.
How did you calculate them?
So you take your total fixed costs for the time period that it would take to do the renovations, and then you add them to the capital cost of adapting the building.
Okay, so $300,000 and $500. Okay, so and then
with those figures, I use them to calculate the payback period.
Exactly.
That it would take. So
in 6 months, the 6 next months, you are going to make how much money?
I did it a different way. I'm not too sure if it's
okay.
correct.
That's fine.
So I took the contribution for a single person coming in, so that we know for location X, the contribution is $20, and we know that their monthly capacity is 4,000. So if you take 20 and multiply by 4,000, you get.
Let's do it.
8,000.
Okay. So write it here.
I have that. I've got one somewhere. Thank you. So contribution is 20, and then you multiply that by 4,000. And you get 80,000 as your contribution per month. And then what I did was I took my figure that I had from before as the total cost for the development and the time, which was 480,000, and I divided that by 80,000, and I got, I think it was 7 months Yeah.
To get back your investment.
Yeah, to get back your investment. And then
And here in location Y,
big numbers. So for location Y, you know, our contribution is
you have a calculator.
30.
Here, okay?
Thank you. $30, and we know that their total capacity is 5,000. So that gives us 150,000 per month as a contribution to the customer.
For you, what is 20?
The contribution per customer.
Oh, okay, per customer.
Sorry, I'm not being clear.
So you mean 50 minus 30?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I do the same thing with location Y. So I'll take the whole figure that we got from before, which was 1,328,000, and I'll divide it by 150,000.
And you are going to have back your money in?
Give me a sec, it's a big number. Divide it by 100. 8 months.
Okay. So it's, what do you think?
Obviously the payback period is better.
Yes, but it's just 1 month.
But only by a month.
Yes, by a month. And then after this month, what is going to happen? This is what is interesting.
You have to take into account the maximum, at maximum capacity, what the monthly profit could be. And that's quite interesting because although location X has a smaller payback period by a month.
Exactly.
It has a smaller profit. A maximum capacity of 50,000, whereas with location Y, there's a maximum profit of 81,000.
So if you were a CEO, you would say, okay, 8 months is more than 7 months, so I prefer to have my money back in 7 months, or no, I will wait 1 month and then I will have a bigger profit.
I'd go wait 1 month and get a big profit.
Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
So we would go for location Y.
Yes.
Because location Y, if we talk just about the profit here, we would go for location Y. What else?
We could also look at the profit.
We could look as well for the break even as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We could.
So break even here is 1,500. If we look at the break even here is 2,300. It's quite
a lot.
So are we going to have 2,300? It's to have to be considered.
Yeah.
We have to consider this, okay, as well. Est-ce qu'on va avoir cette maximum, ce nombre de touristes chacun, d'accord? Sauf si on a une bonne communication. If we have good communication, we can go for this one. So we have to be prudent.
Yeah.
Okay. The profit is nice.
Yeah.
If we look just to the profit, it's nice. But if we look at the break even, and the break even for location Y is smaller than the break even for location. The location X is smaller than the location Y. I would go for the location X. Okay, because the target is easily reachable. Okay, what else? Monthly profit at maximum capacity is 50,000 and 81,000. So 50,000 and 81,000 in a year, there is a big difference. Okay, so I would go for location Y, but it depends.
Yeah,
it depends on what. If we forget, okay. If we forget this table, what are we going to consider more than that? Because in here we have an idea. It's nice to go for location Y because it's more profitable, but it's a little bit more risky because you have to fill your hotels with 2,300 full rooms. And if we go for 500 for a location X. Location X, the profit is less, but it's reachable as the break even is slower. It's lower. Yeah. Exactly, is lower. Okay, so now we need other consideration to take the decision.
Yeah.
So What do we know about location X?
We know that location X is out of town.
Out of town. And location Y?
Is in town.
Exactly. So location X, what else about location X?
Location X would be predominantly for tourists.
Okay. And location Y for?
Business.
Okay. But it doesn't mean that we are not going to take tourists as well.
No.
We are going to focus on organizing seminars. We are going to organize for business business purposes. So in the middle of the town, in the center, which one would you consider? Something that is a little bit out, or something in the in the center? And business are paying. They pay if you offer them. You do a good communication and you offer them what they are looking for. They will do their seminars. They will do their meetings. They will do their events. And the events in a company would invest a lot for events. Okay.
I think given.
And they are 4 stars. They don't need to have like swimming pool and all those. They don't have actually. Okay, so if you focus on business, you don't need to provide your customer with a swimming pool and maybe a fitness room. But not a swimming pool.
And also because of the fact that business is all year round, and we don't know whether tourism is like just a summer or if it's going to happen all the time, sort of thing. So
schedule. So demand in period for seasonal demand. You have to consider that as well. So when you have to take a financial decision, it's nice to look just to numbers, but you have to go beyond numbers. You have to go as well for locations, for the culture, the diversity, for if what you are going to propose, you are offering is attracting people or not as well. Okay, you can reach that goal or not. Shall we continue because we lost?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go ahead and. Yes. Should we read it? Would you like to read it? The analysis?
Yes.
Okay. So people would just listen to it. Analysis.
So location X is less risky, lower break-even point, which might be best for a new hotel in untried.
Untried. They didn't try it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This can be linked to fixed costs.
Okay.
Location Y is potentially more profitable because of city centre location attracting business guests.
Okay, exactly.
Location Y has greater margin of safety, produces risks that allows for greater deviation from expected demand. Time taken can be operational. Time taken to become operational will have an impact on cash flow of HH.
Okay, but this is what we were saying. Would you like to have a revenue quicker, or you can wait? You have money to invest, and you can wait a little bit longer and make bigger profit. So the evaluation is
market research data essential too. Likelihood of reaching beyond break-even point in both locations, management attitude to risk, types of guests aimed for in both locations. Decisions can go either way, but must be supported. E.g., X is better as it gives earlier feedback of market demand and is less risky at a time of other strategic changes. Y is better as it potentially more profitable, and public limited companies will aim for profitable growth
and tourist travel seems to be increasing,
making the break-even less of a risk.
Exactly.
How significant is the difference in capital cost to HH? Location Y takes longer. How important is it to enter the geographical market quickly?
Okay. So this was the evaluation and the analysis. Okay. So now we discuss the change HH should make to its organization structure to allow future business growth. Okay. This is the question. HH, it's number 3, discuss the changes HH should make to its organizational structure to allow for future business growth. So What do you think?
So first, I'd start by defining organizational structure.
Okay, what is organization? Okay, I can't say it. You say it. You are English.
Organizational structure is the way that a company is set up. So it follows through the chains of command and who is a superior.
So the hierarchy.
Yeah, like
There's
the hierarchy.
Hierarchy. Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Hierarchy. Okay. Who is in the top of the hierarchy? Who is in the bottom? Who is taking decision? Who is not taking decision, but applying the decision?
Yeah, and it can also dictate the way that like decisions are made.
Yes.
So at the top, it'll be like the big decisions, like
the leadership decision,
and then as you get lower down, it'll turn into sort of strategic decisions. I think it was
directorial decisions.
Yeah, and then tactics and that
exactly.
sort of stuff as you get down.
This is all in the organizational structure. You have something else that is really important.
Communication?
Exactly, the line of communication. Yeah. If you don't communicate between departments, between different departments, for example, the financial departments, strategic departments, communication departments, no one knows what to do. What is the other one doing? The strategy of the other one. So they are not going to meet their goals. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's really, really important to have a good line of communication. D'accord? What else? So the question was, discuss the changes HA should make.
Okay.
What do you think? HA should make to organizational structure to allow the future business to grow. What is the problem in, what do you think the problem is in HH? It has been established by? One person. Yeah, exactly. So he's quite, maybe, we don't know, okay?
It could be quite reliant upon that one person.
Exactly. But does he have all the picture of what's happening in his organization? Can he have all the picture? No. Especially if they don't have a good line of communication. Yeah. And what did we know about the company?
We know that there was a bit in here.
Okay. About the organizational structure is still based around the functional department that Harry originally created. So he's always deciding for everything.
Yeah. And
okay.
23 years ago.
Exactly.
That it was set up. It needs to sort of
to adapt, to update to recent things, to recent organization structures, and to new theories, to new how can I say that, structures exactly, and optics, okay, objectives, okay. Yeah. What else?
Also, because of the growth of the business, when he made this plan, he had one hotel, and now he's got 35.
35. So he has to delegate?
Yeah, he has to delegate more, and he has to make it so that the line of communication will always come back to him efficiently.
So quickly. He has to hire some
managers,
vice presidents, okay, to each branch, okay, maybe construct a new organizational structure for each branch, okay, so that would be really structured in this, and he would be on the top, okay.
Yeah.
So he would share what?
His authority.
Exactly, share authority, delegating, communicating. What else? A little bit of laissez-faire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, possibly it could mean that they have to change their his management style a little bit. So rather than being quite bureaucratic,
autocratic.
Whoops.
Okay. It's fine.
He can become a bit freer.
You can maybe develop in the board of directors, okay, in the meeting of boards directors, they can establish a strategy and then rely on a new structure to make this strategy work, okay? So he has to, as a leader, okay, to communicate first, to make people adopt his strategy, and then maybe train people, okay, train people to be more leaders, and then delegate. Okay. Because he is the one creating all that. He knows everything about it, so he can have a subordinate that would help him, that would support him in taking decision. Okay. And he will have a structure, a defined structure in each branch that would help actually. Okay. What else?
Could he also create profit and cost centers? Is that
would be nice? For example, I've seen in many businesses when they are going global, each branch would give a profit, and there is kind of competition between branches who is doing well with the, for example, if this branch is doing well, they will have rewards. Okay, so this is how you manage. Are you rewarding leaders, or are you punishing people leader? Okay, are you coercive? Are you those are all line of strategy. Okay, if this branch has done well, you will give them a percentage of your profit. Okay. And this has done really bad, you are going to make them pay for it. Not with money, but they would be labeled like a bad company. Okay. Exactly. Okay, to do better. And then you would create a competition between branches who would do well, but beware of not creating animosity between them. Okay, so they have to think that the target is for everyone. Okay, to reach the well-being of the employees, the well-being, you have to have defined strategy. Okay, and define organizational structure, a defined line of communication. Okay. So can we read so we don't lose time?
Yes.
Okay, Maya.
So starting with knowledge?
Okay,
so organizational structure shows the line of authority, chain of command in an organization, also span of control, levels of hierarchy, formal communication channels, knowledge of different organizational structures.
Exactly. Okay. So the application.
Current structure appears to be traditional hierarchy based on functional departments, rigid, poor communication and coordination between departments. Does not seem well suited to either operation in
another country.
One or another business unit, activity centers.
Option 2. Okay.
Might not even be well suited to growth of the existing business. Impact of globalization and organizational needs. Other options include geographical structure, business unit structure, matrix structure for new projects such as options 1 or 2.
Perfect. And then analysis.
Analysis of why the current structure is not suited to HH.
Okay, so they have to find a new one. Okay, why is it you have to point the problems existing within your company? Okay, which one is not communicating, which one is not delegating, which one is not following the directive, which one is not giving enough, and restructure everything. Okay, according to your department. For example, finance should be aware what communication is doing, what advertising is doing, what everything. Okay, what HR is doing. Okay, you have to know the whole structure, and this is in the line of your communication. Maybe you have an intranet. Maybe you have un journal interne. Comment tu l'appelles un journal interne? Internal journal. Okay. That would be nice. We finish.
Analysis of why the structure is not suited to growth of the business or increasing competition, which might need to be more flexible, adaptable structure. Geographical structure allowing for regional country differences and quicker local decision making.
Yes, because if you go to another country and you don't know the culture, you don't know the language, you will be lost.
Yeah.
You would be completely lost, okay?
Business unit structure allows specialist managers to focus on different needs of business divisions and might lead to rivalry. Matrix structure improves communication between departments, allowing better decisions to be made, but how to bring this into line with existing structure.
Exactly. Okay. So we go further and refer for question 4A1. Refer to line 49 to 57, and also they will calculate gearing ratio assuming all 60 million is obtained from long-term loans. Okay?
Okay.
Let's go. Let's write a little bit if we still have a place. Okay.
So,
Gearing ratio is?
is that your?
What is it? Why is it not working? There you go. Okay.
I always find this one difficult. Isn't it your? So you have your capital assets. No, your current
liabilities first.
Oh, so your current liabilities?
Exactly.
On like capital invested.
Capital invested, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So in here.
And then as percentage.
Okay. Gearing ratio equal. Okay. Non-current liabilities. Non-current liabilities on. Okay. On capital employed. Okay, so non-current liabilities, how much is it?
85.
Plus, you have 60 million is obtained from long-term loans.
Okay.
Okay.
So that would also be
85 plus this 60 million that you have as a loan.
Yeah.
Okay. Over capital employed.
Would that be 200?
Capital employed. Yes,
million?
but
add your 60
exactly
million.
Because now you have 200 as a capital employed plus the 60 million that you had from a long-term loan.
Okay.
So this is equal to 55. I'm not calculating it. You have to calculate it. 55.8%.
Okay.
Okay. D'accord.
Okay.
So what does the gearing ratio represent?
It represents the amount of. Is it like the ratio between like your assets and your?
Not your assets.
No, your.
Between your liabilities.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and your capital.
Yeah.
It's like, is it possible for you to pay your loans or not? Are you able to pay your loans or not? Okay, this is why we calculate gearing ratio, even if it's not really important. Okay, so the next question is dividend per share.
Yeah.
And dividend per share is already defined. It's dividend per share.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you going to?
So you take the total dividends paid out, which is 8 million.
8 million.
And then you divide it by the number of shares issued, which is 40.
Okay, 40.
Million, I think.
I'm sure. Here, as they said, dividend per ratio obtained by the sale of an additional 20 million shares.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
So 60.
60. So it's 40 plus 20 equal 13%.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. D'accord. So the next question is, refer to your result from 4A, table 1, and other information recommend to the board of directors which source of finance should be used by HH to obtain 60 million. Justify your answer.
Okay.
Haha. Okay, so look, you do have dividend per share, 8 by 40 equal 13%. Okay, and then you do have gearing is 55.8%. What do you have again?
You also have the initial.
What is the initial what?
Share price.
Share price. Do you think that, look, refer to your result from 4A, table 1, and other information. Recommend to the board of direction which source of finance.
Okay.
Which source of finance should be used by HH to obtain 60 million.
Okay. So they have sort of 2 options?
Yes, they have options. How are they going to do it? To have a loan, okay?
So we know one of them is that to issue more shares.
Okay.
Which is an internal source of finance?
Sometimes it can be internal. For example, if you ask your shareholders to not take their dividend.
Okay.
Okay, and to reinvest it. Okay, and then because the capital is bigger, the share will get bigger.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they are expanding and they are making their. It's like taking a loan, but internal loan, not from a bank.
Okay.
So they are raising their capital, but rising internally. So they will as well rise what the shareholders share.
Okay.
Share per dividend.
Yeah.
Okay. So, or the second way is externally from a bank.
Yeah.
Or in an investor. But a bank or an investor, for example, an investor would
charge interest.
That's the bank would charge interest.
Or they'd want some ownership.
Exactly. The investor would ask for shares. So that would minus the shares of existing one.
Yeah.
Okay. So it depends. Let's read in here. Source of finance, factor of decision. If you take a loans, okay, this is what we were talking about. If you take without reading that, if you take a loans, what would happen?
Your gearing ratio would increase.
Exactly, and you might not be able to repay your okay, and then the interest would.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can have a loan, but that's not really interesting. And if you take the shareholders, we'll go back to that. Okay, shares.
You could cause your current shareholders to be unhappy with what you're doing,
the shareholders
sell
will
their
be,
shares.
Yes, and you can reduce the price of your shares as well. Okay, because you are again dividing them. Okay, selling assets.
You lose the use of the asset.
Exactly. And you might as well ask for assets as well. For example, if you have this hotel that is not providing a lot of money and you can sell it. But rather than sell it, why not making, for example, giving a marchand, comment on appelle ça? On appelle ça en anglais. When you take, for example, I'm a big company. I'm McDonald's, and I go to McDonald's to open a new McDonald's. What I'm asking for McDonald's?
A franchise.
Franchise. Bravo. Okay, you can offer one of your hotels as a franchise. Okay. Yeah. You won't take any risk. You just give the franchise, and the investor would just take profit from this hotel, but pay you. Okay, and give you cash flow as well. Okay. Franchise is one of the best solutions for big organizations. Okay. So, for example, in France, there is a good mark, not big, not really, I don't know if you know it, it's Yves Rocher. Yves Rocher is makeup product, perfume.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Yves Rocher.
Yeah.
Comment tu le prononces? Yves Rocher.
Yeah.
Okay. Comment ils ont gagné beaucoup d'argent? How did they make a lot of money? They make a lot of money by giving franchise. Okay, they don't even invest money in your selling point. It's the investor that would develop the selling point, like in high street, make it fancy, and he will invest a lot of money because they have a high standards for their selling point.
Okay.
What they do is high standard for selling point, trained sailors. They have, I told you, they have a quite long list of requirement for franchisee to take their franchise.
Okay.
And then what they do is just put their product in that selling point.
Oh.
They don't do anything, okay, except putting their product in there. So what they are going to do, it's rise their
the knowledge of their brand, because it's in
one of that, and the production, mass production.
Okay.
Mass production. They just put in different selling point. It doesn't belong to them. They don't need to pay rent. They don't need to pay fixed cost. What they need to pay is just variable cost and put it in that selling point.
Okay.
What they are rising is cash flow.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a way to gain money. Okay. So selling assets is not a good idea. The more assets you have, the more wealthy your company is. But sometimes you can lease your assets rather than selling them.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
It says retained profits.
So
is that just using profits that you've already made and putting it into something else?
Look, retained profits is even with taxes, it's nice, because if the shareholders don't take their profits and you retain it within your company, okay, you won't take, for example, the shareholders would not pay tax, and he's reinvesting his shares, but he's rising his shares as well, because you are reinvesting your money in the capital. Okay, so first of all, he's not paying taxes, and he will take a salary. If he wants, for example, he won't be taxed on his salary, but he's taxed on his profits.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So what he's doing, reinvesting, retaining this profit, rising the capital, and then rising the shares. Okay? Internally.
Yeah.
That's really good. That even with taxes, it's wise.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you can reduce taxes, augment your capital, augment the shares internally. Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Overdraft.
I can't translate it in French.
It's like when you spend more money than what's in your bank account. So like when you're in the red in your bank account, it's difficult to explain. It's like when you set up a business account, you agree with the bank a certain amount that if you go over, you'll be able to still go over by that amount. So it could be £5,000 you're allowed to go over, but you're going to be charged interest on that if you go over there. So it's sort of like a decent way to get.
So let me look for that.
Okay.
And then next time I will tell you about overdraft, because seriously I can't translate it in French. Okay. Because you have that with that with that. Selling assets, retaining profit. I don't know. Impact on ownership and controlship, potential due to ownership. Okay, debt factoring.
Is that the selling of debts?
Debt factoring is, I'll tell you what is debt factoring. For example, I'm selling, I'm selling cars, okay? And they will tell you, your car, you have to pay, let's say, for example, £5,000 immediately. Okay? If you pay it immediately, I will reduce the price with 5%. Okay? If you make a payment in 1 month, you would pay the full price. Okay? But I need cash flow. Okay? As a company, I need cash flow. So what I'm going to do, shall you draw it somewhere in here? Okay, let's do it somewhere. Oh, here, we have enough place. So, okay, this is the seller, okay, or the company, and you have the customer. Okay, so I'm selling to the customer a product, and this product, I will tell him, if you pay it now, you will have 15% reduction. Okay, but if you pay it now, okay, if you pay it in 1 month, you would pay £5,000. Okay, but if you pay it now immediately, you have minus 15%. Okay.
Yeah.
He would say, I would pay it in 1 month. I'm not having money now. Okay, but I need cash flow. So what I do is take a third part that I would call a factor. Okay. I will tell him, okay, you give me this money of 5,000. Okay. And no, not minus the 15%. Okay. And this one would pay you indirectly. Okay. 5,000. So the factor would keep the 15%. Okay. This is the debt factoring. I'm selling to the factor my invoice. But with the full price, without any reduction. Okay. He would pay me immediately. Okay. He would pay me immediately what? The full price. Okay. But the customer, no, he would pay me the full price minus 15%, what I proposed to the customer. Okay, I told him, okay, you take this product, you pay me, you pay 15% less of the total price. If you can't, you have to pay the full price. But meanwhile, I'm not waiting 1 month to have back my money. For example, here, they are not waiting 12 months to have back their money. Okay, what they do is asking for a factor to take the 15% and to give me 5,000 minus 15%. It might be a bank. Okay, it might be an organization that is giving money and taking from, because they have money, so they can wait, and they have this 15% coming from nowhere. Okay, they don't provide anything. They don't give a product. They don't give anything. They just give money and take money. Okay, that is debt factoring. Have you understood the concept?
Yeah, I understand it.
Can you explain it by yourself?
So when a company has an invoice which isn't going to be paid for a month,
exactly,
or however long, they can then sell that invoice to another company or organization.
Factor.
And they will give them the money
minus
the percentage
that they had offered to
the commission.
Okay, the commission, exactly.
And then the customer will pay the factor.
Exactly, definitely. Okay, or maybe the customer would pay the seller, but the seller would give the money to the factor. It might be not direct like this. Okay?
Oh, so it might go through.
They go like this, and the money go back like this, and this is not existing. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
There is different way of factoring, debt factoring. Okay. So in this case, what they are saying, source of debt factoring, a list of sources of finance should not be given more than one. Oh no, sorry, that's for debt factoring is. I would go, for example, to a factor. Okay, I'll tell him, okay, you pay for me, and in 1 month I will pay you 15%. Okay, and then not 1 month, in 12 months I would pay you 15%. Okay, this is debt factoring.
Yeah,
and those 15% are taken from the profit. So basically, there is no loss.
Yeah.
Okay, they would lessen. Okay, lower the investment. Okay, for example, the 60 million, $20 million and 60 million. Okay, here, how much was? Okay. So this $60 million, this investment, they can have it from a factor. Okay, and then they just need to pay no shares sold or nothing. They just need from this factor to give them back this $60 million, and then what they do is take it from the profit. Okay, that just the percentage and give back the 60 million. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So the application.
Gearing ratio raised above 50% was 42.5%. Interest rates forecast to fall. Harry prefers bank loan. Harry owns shares. Reduction in dividend per share from 20 to 13 cents. Servicing debt at interest charge of 5% is 3 million. Harry's ownership would change from 62.5% of all shares to 41.6%.
This is if they sell share. Of course, you are reducing your shares. Okay. So the analysis.
Falling interest rates will reduce the fixed cost of borrowing, reducing risk of taking loan capital.
Exactly.
High gearing rate represents an increase in risk due to fixed costs of servicing high levels of borrowing.
Can you explain this one? Higher gearing represents an increase in risk.
Because if they increase their gearing, it means that they're less able to pay back
because the liabilities.
Yeah, they have more loans, so they
exactly.
It's an imbalance between their loans and their assets.
Definitely. And then
shareholders may consider further share issues as undesirable as
dilute.
Oh, dilute. Okay, dilute.
Diluer.
Yeah.
And diluer means the share would exactly.
Yeah.
The share would cost less.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ownership and control.
Okay.
Higher gearing might not be a problem if expansion is profitable.
Exactly. Yeah. Because they are going to from the profit pay back the liabilities. Okay.
Either option will increase cost of business. So would any increase in interest payments be advisable? If shareholders react to a proposal to sell shares by selling their shares, the share price will fall, and that would threaten ability to raise 60 million. Rights issued may have to be sold at discount. Will the lower dividend per share encourage sale of shares?
So the evaluation much depends on Harry's reaction, okay? Because he is the big boss and he's owning a lot of share.
Yeah.
Okay. To split might be suggested. A lot preference and that of shareholders 50-50 split might be suggested. So they are taking from profit from the dividend, and then reinvest them, and that would make 50% of. More information would have been useful. Okay. For example, for example, a lot of information is the demand on business hotels, like provide is asked for or not, scheduling, seasonal, or a lot of une étude de marché, a market research as well. Okay, competitors analysis, the weakness, five forces. Is this country stable? Is it not stable? What is legally? How it is legally? How it is? Are they allowing a lot of things, or is culturally immersible or not? It might be like this. Okay. You have to consider economically, environmentally. Is implanting this hotel in this place would give subject to non-governmental organization to come and to protest next to my hotel. No, we would not like this hotel here. You have to consider all those factors. Okay. Alors, more information would have been useful. Okay. Is the finance required sufficient to justify the cost of share issue?
Okay.
You have to consider how much the profit in 1 or 2 or 3 years would be, the impact of the profit over 3 years would be on the dividend on and the shares. Are they going to rise their shares or their dividend, okay, or not? Yeah. This is what is important, because if you have a strategy, you have to go beyond the line, beyond the time. Okay.
Yeah.
And what is happening to dividend yield in similar places? Okay. Yeah. So you have to compare to other competitors. Okay. That are doing maybe better or less. Yeah. You need to. Okay. So the next question was discuss a suitable marketing strategy for HH if it decides to open. Oh, I love marketing strategies. What do you think would be the marketing strategy? What is marketing strategy? I'm sorry.
So, marketing strategy is the way in which they're going to both market themselves. So it's like the four.
It's a way. So you have to have a full plan. Yeah, exactly. So a plan
with the 4 P's, the 4 C's,
everything.
SWOT analysis, PEST,
everything.
All that.
5 forces, PEST analysis, SWOT, competitor analysis. Okay, you have to have everything, and then develop a strategy. Okay, how much you are going to invest? What are the develop?
So yeah, how much are you going to invest? What are the
how much are you going to invest, and
like what are the areas that you want to develop more for that country? So like the USP.
So exactly, if you want to start a branding communication, you need to have segment, you need to have idea, you need to have canal. Canals? Yeah. You need to have canals. Which canal are you going to choose?
Yeah.
Okay, develop now. What would be your marketing strategy to develop HH branding?
I would probably start by saying something about how the market, I forget the word it's called now. Like the way that the market's made up, like how, like the age structure of the market and like who is in that country.
So, you said that we need a marketing plan.
Yeah.
But a marketing plan to reach what?
To reach the customers.
To reach. To reach objectives.
Okay.
So you have to have a line of a strategy. To reach your objectives. And those objectives, you need what?
To communicate them with your...
Yeah, so you have to have a plan for communication.
Okay.
Okay, you have to have a knowledge about... Okay, you have to develop it. It's yours. Okay. Think about it. You are a marketing director.
Is this the 7? What is 7?
It's 7. It's 4 P's. It's 4 C's. Okay. It's whatever. As long as you give me an answer.
Okay. Okay. And then also, could you do the resources?
Resources, definitely. Okay. How much do you have in your hands to spend for your communication? Okay. What else?
As well as possibly the
develop knowledge. Which knowledge?
Oh, so about the market.
Exactly, marketing mix. Okay.
The political environment.
Definitely.
Um,
Okay. 4 Ps, 4 Cs,
Yeah.
7 Ps, SWOT
Competitors.
analysis. Okay.
Yeah.
You have to have knowledge of all of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Your weaknesses, your strength. Okay. How you are going to face the competitor. What you are going, your strategy to offer something valuable to your customer.
Yeah.
Okay. So you need your customer. You need your price. You need your environment. You need everything. Okay. Go ahead.
Also, could you think about distribution channels of how you're gonna?
Yes, the channels for communication, not distribution.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah.
we are not distributing,
No,
we are
because
having
it's a
a plan
hotel.
for marketing. It's fine, it's
Yeah.
fine.
No, I was thinking like a shop.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Where are you going to communicate for hotels?
Travel websites like.
Travel website is if you are, it might be travel website because you are targeting tourists.
Yeah.
Tourists. What else? You are going to target as well?
International tourists.
And businessmen.
Business, yes, because
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you need to reach businessman, how are you going to make a brand? At the TV? That would be
No,
not
I don't think
appropriate.
so. I think through networking groups and
Yes.
more of like a personal.
Exactly.
Connection.
You can approach, okay, directly, make create an in a department within your communication marketing,
Yeah.
and this department would approach the businesses one by one or by group,
Yeah.
rather than one by one. Approach the groups and offer them a plan for their events, a place for their events, a way to make the event, a proper marketing strategy and a proper plan for their events. Okay,
Yeah.
at an attractive way. Okay, that could be useful for them.
Okay. Yeah.
What else?
I'm not sure. Also, so coming from the resources, they need to figure out what stuff, like they need to plan. They do workforce planning. What marketing materials they're going to
Yes,
need.
they need also skilled persons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So the analysis. Can you read it, please?
Pricing, penetration pricing to get established is a possibility. Hurry is not too keen on this, but it might be necessary. How will this impact on the image of the hotels? Promotion.
Newspaper is the most important thing because the businessman would always read financial newspaper.
Okay.
Yeah. So you will target those in a financial newspaper, not stars.
Yeah.
Newspaper. Okay.
We've got place.
Okay. What is that one is nice. Newspaper advertising expensive. Might not reach largest market. Again, market research is such. Need to focus on promotion methods, most likely to reach target market.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you need to promote your product in a newspaper, you have to choose the right one and not to spread all your money all over the newspaper. Okay. This is what the meaning. Place.
Online. Own website or booking agencies, travel agencies.
So you have to have contact with travel agencies, okay?
Yeah.
And offer them better price, for example. Not offering the customer a better price, okay? The price would stay equal, static. Not changing the price but giving a reduction to travel agencies, okay?
Yeah.
So the travel agencies would start by selling your rooms because they have a true value in selling something. Their trip with a place at the hotel and having this percentage coming from nowhere, okay?
Yeah.
So that would boost a little bit, booster. Vous dites booster? Push the.
You say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Products.
Yes.
So 4-star hotels, experience in this sector. Market research needed to establish likely demand and whether tourists or business customers. Touchy Definitely not. Is
a developing lower income economy.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a stable economy. So they are going to make profit, but they just need to segment and target the right.
Yeah.
Okay, the right customer.
Clear objectives.
Definitely clear objectives.
They need
If you
focus.
don't have clear objectives, you are lost.
Yeah.
Okay.
Budget. As well.
Money. It's always about money. Okay.
Yeah, because then you took control over expenditure.
Okay, perfect. Now, refer to table 2 and other information. Evaluate the most important factors HH directors should consider when making the strategic choice between option 1 and option 2.
Okay.
Option 1 in here and option 2 is here.
Okay. So I would start this question by possibly doing like a brief outline of
exactly
what the options are.
Exactly. Definitely.
And then
and you will say the factors that HH directors are considering to take a decision. Okay, so
I'll probably start with like financial stuff. So
you explain the options first.
Yeah. So option 1 in country P, which is they want to open 10 hotels in country P, high income, located 500 kilometers from country Z. It's quite competitive.
No, those options 1 and options 2 is closing 3 hotels.
Oh,
okay. It's not about those one. Those was the first suggestion. Okay, the first suggestion. Let me see the question here. Okay, alors the new hotel location dilemma. To open a hotel in the northern region of country Z or
I think it might be
internal expansion into other countries. No, not here. The director were being asked to analyze 2 strategic options for growth. Okay, it was either international expansion into other countries. The other option is to closure of 3 existing HH hotels and using this location to create activities holiday resorts. Okay. So 3 closing, 2 develop activities in their hotels.
Okay.
Which one would you like? Developing in country Z or closing 3 hotels to develop the leisure in their hotels? What do you think?
I think option 1.
Developing?
Yeah, because from the point of view that if they just close 3 hotels, that could have an effect on their image.
Yes. Let's start by numbers, and then we start by values and okay. So non-financial consideration. Yeah. Okay. The financial consideration. What do you think? What about the estimated cost, capital cost? Is there a big difference?
It's not huge.
Slight.
It's 5 million.
Exactly. So, they can afford it.
Yeah.
Okay. With already with their dividend, they can afford it.
Yeah.
They have 8 million for dividend.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
The net present values are different in the same way, but sort of so it's actually a lower net present value for option 1 than for option 2.
Over 10 years, okay?
Yeah, over 10 years. And then the chances of failing is lower with option 1.
Exactly.
But it's only for 2%.
But you have to consider 20% and 22%. Yeah. I prefer taking 20% rather than 22, okay? The lower the better. What else?
The experiences of their employees. So 35% of their current employees know about working in foreign hotels, whereas only 18% have worked in activity holiday resorts.
And when they are having tourists, they're having tourists that are coming from other countries.
Yeah.
Okay. So what else?
And then the main barrier to entry in option 1 is that it's competitive hotel market in country P. And then option 2 is that they'd have to buy more land around the hotels.
So,
Yeah.
which one? The barrier of entries is quite. Porter said that the barriers of entry is quite important when you need to establish a company.
Mm-hmm.
What are the five Porter forces?
I have it in my head like a picture. I know what it looks like.
Let's draw it. Okay, let's find a place where we can draw it. You have your oh là là. Oh là 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 là. Alors, on efface ça, on revient ici. You have your company. Okay, it's not me, it's the tablet company. You have already internal forces, okay? Internal force. And then what do you have?
External force.
Your competitor.
Oh, okay.
What do you have others?
Suppliers. Could your customers also have an impact?
You have people who would do like you, and how do we call them? Oh God.
Is it like people that see what you're doing and like wanna?
They want to copy you. Copiers.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have the customer. Okay, and you have the five forces. There is already a force in here because you have to structure your organization first. Okay, and then you have to study your competitor, your supplier. Are they reliable? You have to raise your barrier to entry to copyists.
Yeah.
You say copyist?
No. But I don't know what they're called.
Actually, they are copying you.
Yeah, I know.
But at a lower price because.
Oh, so it's sort of like undercutting.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. They are they break your legs actually. For example, Samsung has those copies. They copy their phones and they just put Samsung and they say it, but it's not the same quality.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are the five forces to consider. What were we talking about?
We were talking about
plan 1 and plan 2.
Yeah.
Option 1 and option 2. So you have to consider, the country.
Yeah.
Okay, and do a pestle analysis. Okay, a pestle analysis is political, economical, sociological, technological, environmental, and legal.
Okay.
Are you having all those data within you so you can establish in that country without having problems with the government, with the environment, with the legal, with everything? Okay. So if we consider option 2, there is only a land to purchase.
Yeah.
But what about the profits?
If you were going to purchase land, you'd need to know so it depended on how you're going to finance that. So you need to know about the interest rates within that country, how stable they are, and sort of like how the legalities of owning land within another country.
But what is really important when I want to take option 1 or option 2?
The risks.
Risks.
Yeah.
Okay. Which one is more risky?
Option 2.
Option 2, okay? So what else? I would look at risk and I would look at the profit, okay, that would impact later in the time. And I would look as well as my strategy, okay? Am I keeping local or am I going international to selling more the scale.
Yeah, scaling up to more markets and expanding.
Product scale? Oh God. Okay, it's fine. Okay, it means that if you are global, the economy of scales.
Yeah.
The economy of scales would be bigger. Okay? So the profit would be bigger. Okay, and they say that this one is more likely to fail. So according to you, if you are the CEO, which one, or one member of the board?
Only depending on risk. You'd go with the lower risk.
Lower risk and the most profitable.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to take risk if you want big profit, because without risk you can't do anything. Okay, so let's read here. Okay, alors, knowledge, strategic
choice is important as decisions are costly, often affect all functional departments and are difficult to reverse.
Exactly.
Reference strategic choice techniques.
Yeah, ANSOF matrix.
Yeah. Force
The
field
cons
analysis.
and the pros and cons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Force field analysis.
Like 5 forces, 4 to 5 forces. Okay.
Yeah. An investment appraisal.
Okay.
I missed now. Factors affecting strategic choice, so strengths, weaknesses, business, costs,
business,
return on
exactly.
investment, risk.
And the application now?
So limited experience of current employees of working in activity holiday results for option 2, lower net present value for option 2, greater costs for option 1, competition in hotel market and country P, lower capital costs of option 1, linked to current gearing level of 42.5%.
So those are what we mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, so if you want to do a strategic plan, you have to put all those data. Okay, and you have to have numbers for all. Even for that, you will have numbers for ANSOF matrix, for 5 forces. You have to have every single information, and then you can establish what your decision. Okay. Of course, you have to have the yes of the board members. Otherwise, you will be in problem. Okay. You have to make them say yes. So even if it fails, it was like a common decision, guys. It wasn't only me. D'accord? So you have to make it valuable. You have to make it trustworthy, because it depends on the wealth of a lot of people, not only the board members, but also the people that are working underneath you, beneath you. Okay, employees, instructors, and you have to think about them. Then you have to have values. You have to have ethics. Okay, when establishing a market research. Okay. You have to have valuable people relying on to give you numbers, because sometimes people are just giving random numbers just to give them to you. You have to be sure that those numbers are good. Okay. This is as a leader, what you need to do as a leader. Okay. Reliable numbers, reliable reports, value, ethics, people underneath you, a good strategy to communicate to your board, so they would give you the aval, like yes, you go for it. How do you say? Yes. Yeah, go for it. Okay. And you have to rely on the good persons as well. Okay. Let's go further. Analysis, we did that. Alors, evaluate the importance of developing a culture of change within HH when introducing a new growth strategy. Okay, I love changes and leadership and change. Okay, if you need, tell me what do you think about leaders and how leaders would implement change?
You could talk about how there's like 2 ways. There's one way of just doing it and not consulting and just making changes.
Autocratic.
Yeah.
Would people adopt your? Okay, let's start first by why do you need change?
To develop, like to remain competitive, and
because you are having already problems.
Yeah.
This is the case of HH. They have problems. They can't grow. They are seeing that people are the competitors are growing. The market is expanding, and then they are static. So they need to adapt.
Yes.
So they need change.
Yes.
Okay. You said change can go either way.
Yeah.
Autocratic, or
there's the Kotter's 7 steps to change.
Mhm.
So it's very collaborative, and he tells everyone what's going to happen,
Okay.
and then he's going to get their opinion on that, and then he's going to change it a bit, and then he's going to set goals and like a time scale, and it will happen gradually rather than just happening and everyone just has to deal with it. It's like very much a group decision.
Okay, so the change would be in 3 phases. Okay? The first phase is communicate, explain, and adapt, and make them people understand. And then
objectives, or would that come within?
there is 3. Each step has 2 or 3. Okay? I'm not having in memory. I will give you the right pyramid. Okay? But first, explain. Okay? Make adapt. Make people understand. Okay? And then give an example. Okay? Give an example. Small example in a short period of time, so you can implement it and see. People would see that it's working.
Yeah.
And the last part is freezing. Okay, this is what we are adopting. Defreeze, implement, try, freeze.
Okay.
This is, I forgot his name. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But those are the steps of changes. Okay. And within those steps, you would say
Kotter's 7 steps change.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
I'd like to weigh them up, some of the benefits and the disadvantages of each.
That's
way.
Explaining the objective and the concept and make people adapt. Finish?
And then I've got the questions. I have space.
Yeah, you can draw it if you want. Here. Evaluate the importance of developing a culture of change within HH.
Oh, and then I'll say why it's important and refer back to the question. So I'd say it's important to have a culture of change because, and this way works because, and then this way works because, this way doesn't work, this way doesn't work.
So why do they need to change?
Because there's obviously something wrong. They need to develop, and
because it was quite autocratic.
Yeah.
Now people are changing.
Yeah.
They don't want something that pressure them.
Yeah.
But they want communication. That we are in an era of communication. Okay. Of value, of sustainability, so they need to give their opinion as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So to go global, you need to have a new strategy. If you need a new strategy, you need to implement change.
Yeah.
Okay. Introducing new. Okay, let's read what they have proposed to us.
So start with knowledge.
Knowledge.
So culture means that values and beliefs of an organisation, especially senior management. Culture of change means encouraging and facilitating strategic change in an organisation. Implementation means putting into effect strategic change. These changes will affect employees, opportunities, but also potential threats.
Okay, so you need, can you rephrase that with your own words?
They need to evaluate the current situation.
Exactly.
So what they're good at, what they're bad at, what sort of stuff's happening around them, and where they want to be, sort of thing.
And they need to understand the situation inside and outside.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
develop it into sort of objectives.
Exactly. Develop a strategy.
Yeah.
That would be adaptable in their space. Okay, and then what they need to do?
Implement.
Explain it. Okay. Explain it and implement it. Okay. It means that you might ask people to come and to put people in the strategic places to implement those changes. Okay. And then what else?
Change can be promoted through clear mission statement and sense of direction.
You can train your employees.
Yeah.
You can explain to them your strategy. This is the first stage.
Yeah.
Okay. Defreeze.
Okay.
Defreeze means you have to take the strategy. You have to understand. You have to make people understand as well. You have to make people adopt. Okay. Understand and adopt, and then implement your strategy. this director would be here, this director. Okay, let's start to produce that in a short term. Okay, and then change can be promoted through clear mission, employee involvement, teamwork in project champignon. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the implementation. Okay, and the analysis.
Employees could actually add something to the decision and its implementation.
Exactly. Giving a feedback.
Yeah.
Okay.
Less resistance to change in markets.
Yes, if they give their opinion, they would feel that they are part of this change.
Yeah.
So they would adopt it.
They feel more valued and then more motivated.
Exactly, more motivated and more valued.
Decisions can be made more quickly, resulting in first mover advantage in a competitive market. Important and globalized markets.
Okay. Why did they mention mission and value?
Because that's the core part of your strategic plan. Like
exactly.
Where you're aiming to be.
Because if you explain a proper mission and value, you would make the people within this company adopt that before promoting this mission and value to external customers.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I think that we finished. Okay. And I will bring for you next time. Okay. I brought for you this, if you want to read it, non-financial recognition.
Okay.
Okay. Next time, tell me it was changed. Three steps of change. Okay, that is really good. What else?
We do something on this? The strategic. Well, I've got this plan.
Strategic plan
and like marketing
plan.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are done. Thank you so much.